a helping hand. I'll be there on the double as fast as I can. Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide.
Whoa. Well, sorry for the technical difficulties. It's Friday. You know, live radio is live radio. Sometimes we can't sometimes we can't control what happens. But here we are. Here we are. I told you we was gonna make it. Y'all did not believe me, but I told you we would get to Friday. Welcome to LoveBabz, Love Talk on Babz Rawls-Ivy. You're listening to us on 103.5 WNHH. You know, we're live streaming wherever Harry has us. Facebook, YouTube, maybe X. I don't know, Harry. We still messing with X? And wherever else. So thanks for tuning in on this Friday. I got my bestie Ife coming on at 10:15 to talk about DiasporaCon. Yes, it's coming up April 20. I think it's April 27th, end of the month. So if you've never gone, this might be the year you want to go. It's going to be very, very good. It's always good. I learned something every time about this whole genre of graphic novels. So come see what's out there. Check these people out. The vendors are always top tier. So yeah, come and do your thing. Come and get up and do your thing. Say hi. So yeah, so she'll be on at 10:15. We'll talk a little bit about that and what the themes are, and maybe we can get some inside scoop about who's gonna be there, if they have a keynote this year, like all that kind of stuff. You know, what to look forward to, and you know, that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm all set and registered for my pre-law class. I talked to my mentor, Professor Foreman, and he said, "Go ahead, get started. I'm meeting him on Sunday." He's like, "No, go ahead, get started." I was like, he's like, "If you have the time, go ahead and get started." I was like, "Oh shoot." I really need some place to study. So if anybody knows, maybe I'll try to book some space at the library. I need to get some study time, and this is gonna be a heavy lift, and I need to be ready for it. So I'm gonna try to do my best. I need some earbuds because I don't have any. My Bose earbuds stopped working, so I'm a little bummed by that because I really enjoyed them, and I kept them nice. So they're just old, I guess. So I've got to look for some other ones. And I'm not buying another pair of Bose because first of all, I've got that kind of money. Second of all, I don't have that kind of money. Third of all, I kind of want some headsets, some noise canceling headsets. So I'm gonna see about that. And but anyway, enough about that. What's I got going on? Got this is a weekend. This is the weekend. I'm having cocktails with some Long Wharf Theater people later this afternoon, and then I'm heading over to Firehouse 12 to see. I'm gonna tell you who I'm gonna see. Her name is Tamiko or Tamika. I want to make sure I get her last name. Her last name right. Let's see. Tamiko Reed. And she's doing a tribute to Duke Ellington. And we're going for the 10 o'clock set. So I'm very excited to see her. Tomika Reed, a tribute to Ellington. So this will be good. So we're catching the 10 o'clock set. Yes, baby. We are catching the 10 o'clock set tonight. Uh, so so that's tonight. And then and that's my Friday night. I got a lot going on tonight. So I got two social activities. But let me roll this back a little bit. So yesterday, we all rolled over to the Orchid Gallery over at Concord. Nico Whedon has a new exhibit up in these hands, on these hands, in these hands, in hands. I'll double check. It's beautiful exhibition by these very talented artists. Some who were there yesterday evening. We went before the crowd gathered, because when you go to an opening of a gallery, it's hard for you to see the art because everybody is seeing the art together and it's being social and all of that. And so we got there early because we went over to we had another event to hit, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But so we made our way over to the Orchid Gallery, and it was wonderful. You know, I had stuff. I didn't pull the things out of my. I didn't pull. I didn't pull things out of my wallet, out of my pocket. That'll tell you what everything was. But you know what? I think I have enough pictures where I think I can see. So let me do that. Da, 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 da. Wait a minute. Let me see. What does it say? In Our Hands. In Our Hands, curated by Nico W. Okoro. And the artists are Brock Bowen, Odette Chavez Mayo, who I got a chance to spend some time with, talk to. It was lovely. Merritt Goma and Tajay Henry Phillip, who I got to talk to as well. Did beautiful art. Some of it is for sale. So I think most of it is for sale. I think. So we rolled up at Orchid Gallery for that. Got there early. It was starting to build, so you know. So that was very nice. Always nice to have a banging DJ. And then we rolled over to Music Haven, because Music Haven had their event, and it's called Voices Untold, and it was extraordinary. It was extraordinary to just hear all this beautiful music. And they had, it's like Voices Untold Stories. So it kicked off about 6:30. They had great food. Ooh, great food. Great food. Anyway, they started off with the Tenebrae, the Haven String Quartet, which my teacher Yaira is a part of, and then they had someone come on, Lygia Davenport, who is their development person, came on and talked about the Voices Project, which has been a year-long project, and I think it's continuing. Then they had the Hymn to Freedom by Jacob Wong. So now they're offering piano lessons, and they have a honest to God piano teacher there. He played a beautiful piece by Oh gosh, it was right on the top of my head, and I can't remember. It was the Freedom song, "Hymn to Freedom." Oh, why can't I remember this? It's not written down. It's not written on the program, but wait. Yes, it was Oscar Peterson. "Hymn to Freedom" by Oscar Peterson. And so Jacob Wong is on piano, and he is their bona fide designated piano instructor, which is lovely. So they're offering piano to go along with them strings. And then they had young sister singing "Feeling Good" by Nina Simone. Aldina Salahudin, and not only was she the vocals, but she plays a mean violin. With Yara, Nia, Nia Antoine on the viola, and Philip Bollinger on the cello, which was lovely. And then they had a piano trio number 1. They played piano trio number 1 in D minor, opus 49, molto allegro agitato, Coleb Jacobson, and it was by Felix Mendelssohn. This piece was by Felix Mendelssohn. Colin Jacobson was on the violin, Caitlin Sullivan on the cello, and Andreas Labaya Zalabis on the piano, which is Yara's husband, who is a world famous piano player in his own right. And then a few words about the Music Haven by the students. Giovanni Cruz and Abraham Perez. And I believe Abraham Perez was a Yaji student. So they're both senior students. So they graduate from their respective high schools this year and leave Music Haven. And they've spent like 8 or 9 years at Music Haven. And then they had they played a traditional dance tune by from Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, and that was, listen, you could put a remix to this and make it pop. It was so daggone good. Adina Salahudin on the violin, Nia Antoine on the viola, Giovanni Cruz on the violin, Inanna Mamoun on the violin, Mariam Tahiri on the violin. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then the last thing was the Ascending Bird with Colin Jacobson on the violin, Patrick Doan on the violin, Yada on the violin, Linda Numagami on the viola, Caitlin Sullivan on the cello, Philip Boulanger on the cello, and Ian Sullivan on the cajon. And Colin Jacobson wrote this piece with Siamak Agi. And it was wonderful. You talk about a wonderful. I was so moved by all that good music last night. I mean, I was and high five, Milda. I was transfixed and transformed, and it was for free. Like they just pulled together this, not just pull together Harry Carey. I mean, like to be in these spaces, to hear this beautiful music, to see these children perform from the littlest to the biggest was just mesmerizing. I mean, I left feeling so rich. I really did. I felt so rich. I really did. I felt so rich, and I'm so glad that I got to go. So that was my listen. I don't know what you did on your Thursday night, but my damn Thursday night was hella fabulous. And my Friday night is gonna be slamming, and then Saturday, what do I got going on Saturday? Eric Clemens is celebrating his late wife Sharon Clemens' birthday at Concord. So that's Saturday afternoon from 3 to 7. So I can make that And then I got to get on the road because the law school that I've been accepted to is having their Black Law Students Gala, and they got me a ticket. So I'm going. I'm going. So I'm not saying the law school just yet, but it's the one that I got accepted to, and I'm delighted. So we'll see how this all gets down. So I'm driving. I'm gonna drive over to it, and I'll be there. Uh, and I already put in my meal. I'm excited, delighted. It's fine. So I shall be there. I shall be there. And so that is my Saturday night. And then Sunday, if all goes well, probably play rehearsal. And then I have to go meet up with Professor Foreman, talk about my pre-law stuff, course. And then dinner with my friends. Another social moment. So I'm delighted about that. So this weekend is a very social weekend. Hooray! I'm telling you, we need each other. We need each other. We need each other. We need each other. And I'm happy to go and be in communion and fellowship with my friends. And that, my friends, is my weekend. Harry, I'm taking Wednesday off. I got to handle some women's health business. I gotta put my legs up in the stirrups and slide my butt down. Too much information. Too much information. Harry's like, I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it. So yeah, so that's my sister Robin's birthday. That's my sister Robin's birthday on Wednesday. So I've got to put my cards in the mail. I got to do that this weekend. I will see her at Story Week, so I'll bring her present. The Story Week. I was gonna send it, but I was like, nah, I'll just take it. I mean, I'll just keep it and then give it to her. You know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do that. I'll do that. So anyway, it's the way of the world, good people. So that's it. That's my, and whatever else I get into. Working out has been going well. Feeling high now. And I feel like Rocky. And I mean, I just think this train is gonna. I saw this house that I wanted. I saw this house that would be perfect for me and my besties. It is so far out of our price range. I don't even know. I don't know what kind of miracle it would take. I have no idea what kind of a miracle it would take to get this house. But it is it is a beautiful house, and it would suit our needs beautifully. And that's all I can say. And it's in a neighborhood I've never lived in, and I would love to live in this neighborhood. And it's got all the elements that I would find attractive in a house. Really has all the elements. So I'm just, it's just one of these moments where you just wish you had money. Do you know what I mean? Like I wish I had access to money to get this house, but I don't. So that's all right. I could let it just live in my mind, and somebody's probably going to snap it up. It's not going to be me or us, but it is a beautiful house. And I thought, gosh, if only I had money. I know lots of people feel that way. So listen, I'm not. Listen. I know where I am in my life, so I'm not. It's not. This is not depressing or anything. It's just you see something that is absolutely perfect, and you think to yourself, that really is perfect. Like this is the dream right here. Like this is the dream of what we imagined we wanted to do. And to know that it is out of reach, it's just it just stings a little bit. Because what makes it out of reach is just money. Just money, just money. And that's true for a gazillion people. So, that's all I'm gonna say about it. But man, oh man, oh man, if I had $700,000, it would be mine. Can you woo woo woo? Yeah, if I had $700,000, it would be mine. And then I need like another maybe $100,000 to put into it to just give it all the rah rah rah, you know, on all three levels. Just give it some rah rah rah, you know, rah rah the kitchen, rah rah the bathroom, paint, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't have that kind of money. I can't even finance that kind of money. On top of trying to figure out how to pay for law school, and that's a whole other gambit. I have to pay for law school. I don't even listen. So I had put in a call last week to my assigned finance advisor, my financial aid advisor. Well, she was away, so she came back. She called me yesterday, and I called her back. We kept missing each other. So I told her I would call her today so we could start this conversation. Like, okay, girl. So I'm having that conversation later today about the beginnings of how to finance this education. And to be at this age, to be talking about finance and education is just wild. It is wild. And again, it's one of these things, I wish I had a scholarship for this. I wish, like grad school, I had a fellowship. So I didn't have to come out of my pocket. They paid me to go to school. I don't, I'm law school is really designed for young people, and the money is allocated to young people. They don't there's no money out there for people like me, the non-traditional students who are so outside the margins, that they don't even think about scholarships for people like me. It was like, there needs to be a geriatric scholarship, for old people who want to go back to school. Like, okay, this is what it takes. This is what it takes. This is what it takes. So anyway, so all I'm saying is money, 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 money. I have none of it. So in the meantime, I'll just keep buying my little lottery tickets and see what it yields me. I'll just keep at it. See what happens. See what happens. So anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that. So let's see what is going on in the world. Uh uh, I really wanted to go hear Jason Stanley talk uh, about these times. These are tough times politically, and every day you wake up and some new thing is being dismantled. I mean, just dismantled. Now they're trying to, mess with the roles, and this is the only way that the Republicans can see their way uh, to winning any elections because they don't tend to win at the local levels. And so they are doing their best at trying to yeah. So this I think this will stir people. I think I think this will be Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Wow. I'll just leave it at that. You know, we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it at that. Anyway, uh I think people have to get themselves together and I think more has to happen to fully wake people up. Now, and I don't mean that to black people because since 1619 things have been happening to us. So when I'm saying this stuff, I'm really just talking to white folks. I'm seriously just talking to white folks and folks, and I'm talking about the middle of the road white folks. You know, and yeah. Listen, I'll tell you what. This is what I think is going to happen. If China disregards the agreement that they have for not jacking the iPhone, and they put one out that's better than the iPhone, I'm gonna have to jump ship. I don't like Apple no way, but since I've been an Apple devotee, you know, uh, I'm with it. That's that. But if China really wants to tear up something, and they can, and China is like, yeah, okay, we got human rights issues, but guess what else we got? We got robots making all these on production. We have robots on production. Y'all don't have robots on production. Y'all still messing around with human capital. We got robots in production. And that, my friend, is how they're gonna win. That's how they're gonna beat us. We so busy trying to ban books and stuff like stupid people, like the dark ages. Next thing you know, next thing you know, these Republicans are gonna be putting they're gonna start witch hunting and burning people at the stake on the greens around the country. I'm not trying to give them any ideas, but this is just how stupid they are. And the people that follow them, they're gonna be like, oh, witches, witches. And I know I'm laughing about this, but it's not lost on me the stupidity and the ignorance of these people. And they just don't care. So the next thing is, fire, brimstone, pitchfork kind of stuff. Because they're already trying to purge the voter rolls. Now you got to have a passport, an ID, all this foolishness, just to vote. And listen, black folks, we already know what this is because we don't went through this. We don't went through this foolishness of, not being able to vote, fighting our way to vote. Now white folks are going to have to do it. You're going to have to fight for your right to vote in ways that you have never had to do it. White women who are married, all that stuff, y'all gonna have to fight. Get your little library card and start reading up on the civil rights struggles. Read up on the struggles of black people in this country so that you could get up to speed on what to do. Because calling for the manager is not going to be your option. You're going to have to mobilize in blocks and get people to the polls and vote these fools out. Every last one of them. And never let them darken a doorstep of an elected office again. But they're not there yet. White folks, now listen, they did a good showing last weekend on across the country. They did a good showing, but one showing is not enough. You have to stay you've got to keep it up. You got to put on your marching shoes. You got to put on your marching clothes. You got to get you some marching songs. I'm just I'm just trying to help you out, white people, because this is your fight now. And don't get mad at us talking about we not helping. We done carried y'all this far. We have carried you this far. Now y'all got to do it. Get on up out them seats. We over here fan dancing. uh, 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 uh. We over here fan dancing. Y'all get in these streets and get to marching. Because you know, when y'all march, they don't have no police presence. See, because when the white folks march, they don't have no police presence. So they're not gonna be aggressive with white people. And then they can't enact martial law. But if there's black people out there where they can push around and be aggressive and antagonistic, then we can only go so far, pushing us to the ground, all that kind of mess before we start to swing. And then they're gonna start to swing, because that's what they want. They want us on the front lines so they could, because we don't seen this story. I mean, if you've seen Eyes on the Prize, they want the dogs on us, they want the water hoses on us, they want to shoot us in the damn street. So that's why we're not going to these routes. We're going to let y'all handle it. Because when white folks go, that police presence is relaxed. White cops are not aggressive with white people. They're just not. I mean, unless you at a hockey game or, some foolishness like that. But for the most part, these marches was peaceful. And white folks was noticing. It was like, ain't no police out here. You see white people all over social media talking about, ain't no police. Why is that? And somebody had to tap them on the shoulder, because there are no black people out here. And then they go, and then you see people, the light bulb goes off. Oh, you mean to tell me all this time? Yes, we've been telling you since 1619. This has been the problem. Yeah. 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 So anyway, I'm just saying. I am just saying. So Harry, I could send this one because I want to send stuff. You'll shut me down, and I gotta come back and edit my stuff again. So okay. Thank you, Harry. I was trying to make sure I do right. I do right. I do right. I do right. I make sure I do right. So let me just uh so anyway, that's why you don't see us at these marches, And we don't listen. We got our eyes and ears open. There's one or two of us out there. Our eyes and ears are open. We know what time it is. We've been knowing what time it is. We've been knowing. It's gonna get worse. White people are gonna take to these streets. Run your little asses to Home Depot and get your tiki torches and get to marching. Listen, you're gonna have to do it, because we're not doing it. Because what we're not gonna have is to give this ridiculous president opportunity to enact martial law, because that's what he wants to do. He wants to put military on the ground and curtail the movements of black people. That is the plan. And so they were a little undone when we wasn't out there. It was like, well, what are we gonna do now? We was all ready to kick some black ass. We was all ready to taser, shoot, maim, harm, throw to the ground. They was ready. And I'm not trying to speak harshly of law enforcement, but I'm speaking harshly of law enforcement. And when you weaponize and embolden police departments to act less than honorable towards its citizens, that's very problematic. And I've been watching too many videos of late where these white police officers are out their bag. I tell you what, catch their asses when they out of uniform. No, I don't mean that. I take that back. I wish somebody would catch their asses. Their own kind would catch their asses out of uniform. See, we need good white cops to stand up against tyrant white cops. That's what needs to happen. It can't be on the shoulders of black and brown people in the force, even though they tote that piss too. But it's going to have to be, you know, white officers who care about the honor and the privilege of being a police officer to stamp out call to the floor, call to the mat, dangerous police officers. It's going to be incumbent upon them to do that, because as long as these bad apples continue to terrorize, and that's what they're doing, terrorize, then it paints the whole department. Then everybody thinks cops are just terrorists, because the good cops and the honorable cops don't open their mouth. They see what's happening, and then they take that blue veil and they just quietly pull it across so they don't have to see, right? They just quietly pull that veil across and go on about their business, thinking they're honoring their comrades. Nope, you enabling them to act as terrorists in communities. And if that's what you want to be known for, okay, well then keep sliding the veil over your eyes and keep drinking that blue piss, and you'll get to retirement. You'll get to collect your pension, because that's what you're doing, right? That's what you want to do. I'm just annoyed. So that's what's gonna have to happen. So this is white people's moment right here. This is your moment. This really is your moment. You can't, and it's not that you can't depend on us. It's just because you just depended on us to hold it down. Because our fight was about our survival. But now this fight is about your survival. Because you got a president who don't give a damn about you, white people, either. He don't care about y'all. Look how much money he made his friends with this. Oh, let me withdraw these tariffs for 90 days. Let my friends make their money back. Let them make their money back. Cause that's what he did. That's insider trading. Because these people knew. Martha Stewart went to jail for 5 months behind that. And she was just at a damn cocktail party. And somebody said, hey, move your stock or get this stock or do whatever it is you're gonna do. And she goes and does it, and they ping her. But they don't ping all the other mofos at the party who did the same exact thing. Don't tell me she was the only one. Come on. You just wanted to make an example of her because she's a woman. Because she don't play golf with these mofos. She didn't want to sleep with these mofos. I bet you any amount of money she done pissed somebody off. That's why they did it. That's why they did it. And listen, I am no conspiracy theorist. I just know how people can be. I know how people can be. I know how people can be. And if you read enough books, you see the characteristics of unsavory people. So I'm just saying. So this insider trading business was originated out of the president's office. They got him on. He's in video talking about, ooh, this guy made this kind of money. He just wanted to make his friends to make all their money back, and they did. It's just wild to me. It's just wild. Meanwhile, these dummies are still thinking he is doing some good. Wait till them states that and listen, let me tell you something. These states, these red states, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, all these states that got all these Arkansas, West Virginia, all these poor ass states, and they are poor. Wait till their Medicaid goes away. And yeah, black people have always been collateral damage in this stuff. But wait till you see all the white people. They can't get their medication, can't get their grandmama's medication, can't get their kids' medication, can't see a doctor, can't do anything. That's when they're gonna rise up, and they won't be able to deny that they've been duped, hoodwinked, and played. That's what's gonna happen. I see it as clear as I know my name. Watch. Because poor white people think they are more in line with rich white people than they are with poor black people. That somehow or other they've been convinced to believe that whiteness is the ticket. Like y'all all living in the trailer park, y'all all poor, y'all all getting food stamps, you're all in line, you're all hurting, you're all without real jobs, you're all scratching beside each other. But somehow or other, whiteness is so much better. We shall see in the months ahead. And listen, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be sad to see white people falling down. and some of us have been seeing white folks fall down because we know what poor white people look like. Poor white people don't know what they look like, but we know what poor white people look like. So I'm listen, just wait. When they start, I'll be back. When I come back, Ife Gardine will be here. We're gonna be talking about DiasporaCon. Harry, you started the music too damn soon. It's 9:56. You gotta give me another. Okay, never mind.
Sorry, I was testing it. I didn't know the mic was open.
Okay, Harry. It's fine. It's absolutely fine, Harry. Fine. Fine. It's Friday. What are you gonna do? And Harry, I won't be here for the Great Give either. I got my annual story week. So, you and Paul can take over, have at my time slot and do all the cool stuff. And people have called me up and asked me, am I around for the Great Give? Am I going to be holding conversations with people? I was like, no, because they was like, you haven't been here for 2 years, Babz. I know, I got to work. Do you understand? I got to make some money. I love talking to y'all, but I actually like going to Story Week too. It makes me a better human. So, all right, Harry, I'm on my way out now. I'm gonna go get something to drink. We'll be back with Ife. DiasporaCon. Harry, you didn't come on and let me see how tan you are.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.